Hello and welcome back to Sorta Strategy and a Yu-Gi-Oh video on the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. I know I'm late, I was away, I was in my hometown while this dropped. I'm annoyed about it, but it's not the end of the world. I don't know, I'm going to do a video on it anyway, just give my opinions. I've seen it all already, so I won't be getting, you won't be getting a shocked, over-exaggerated face in the thumbnail, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, this will be my reactions, or not reactions, but thoughts and opinion, I guess, on the hits. Eclipse Wyvern banned. I saw this. I knew straight away LP was not going to be banned, and neither would Legionnaire, which I was annoyed about because I really hate those two cards. I think LP, anything that summons from the deck, pretty much should be banned. You know, like Summon Sorceress, for example. Yeah, then Legionnaire, anything that takes shit out of your opponent's hand. The way Legionnaire does is fucking annoying as well. Especially turn 1, which is just stupid. Anyway, moving on. Eclipse Wyvern. I saw this, I was pissed. Next card. Bardiche. I think this is probably the best hit they could have done. I think it doesn't cripple Orchist. Like, it makes them weaker, but not that much weaker. Like, I think now against Orchist, a Sphere mode is a lot better. Like, there was a time where I played against Orchist in regionals. I Sphere moded them, and then just didn't have enough in my hand to get through the other shit, which sounds bad, but yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think this is a good enough hit. It's annoying for, I guess, the Phantom Knight players. A friend of mine, I tried to get into the game, decided to play Phantom Knights, and since he decided to play Phantom Knights, they've lost the rank up spell and Bardiche now. So, yeah, I think if Bardiche was errata to say, like, you know, at least two Phantom Knight monsters, then he'd be probably pretty fair. He'd only be able to be played in Phantom Knights pretty much then, and I think that would be a lot better. Anyway, I think that was a decent hit for Orchist. They're still playable for sure. That's all the bans, as you will know by now, I'm sure. Next card, Multifaker. I think this was dumb. They didn't need to do this. If they wanted to hit Multifaker to 2, it would probably be fair, obviously. They didn't need to be hit, even though all the other big decks got hit pretty hard, except for Thunder Dragons, in my opinion. Yeah, Multifaker, I really don't agree with this. I think this at 3, like, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. I think I'm of the opinion the more competitive decks, the better. The more diverse the format, the better. I'm pretty sure most people will agree, and I think that this just went against that for no reason, pretty much. Like, I don't know. Next card, Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. This to 1. I think this is good. Obviously, the white one went to 1 as well. I think those two being at 1 is still, any deck that's light and dark will still probably play one of each, which is great. They're pretty good cards, they're pretty fair. I think at 1 each is a lot better. A bit of a hits. Thunder Dragons don't have quite as many extenders, don't have quite as many dragons that they can start with. But Thunder Dragons will just adapt and play different fucking dragons, let's be honest. They will still be able to do Guard Dragon combos, and this, like, it's a hit, but it kind of does nothing in a way. Do you mean? Well, like, they did plus a lot of these every turn. It was a pain in the dick. But, yeah, as I said, you know, could have hit LP. That would have been nice. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Gazelle to 1. I think this is, everyone knew this was going to happen. I feel like it's harsh enough, especially with another hit. But I think it's fine. They can still recycle Gazelle with Wolf. They still have 1 circle, spoilers. They still have 3 Signet Mining. Circle can also be recycled, so it's not at the end of the world. I feel like it's okay. They still have Stalio to summon it from the deck, for example. Like, I think it's fine, but if it gets banished, you're kind of fucked. Call by the Grave will be amazing against them, for example. Tempest to 1. I think this is pretty much fine. I don't really, people who are crazy about Dragon Rulers, I feel like 1 is fine. I feel like Redox could come back as well. I think that, I can't remember its second effect. Like, I know that it summons itself every turn, which can be kind of oppressive, but that's the only thing I pretty much know about it. Samurai, Team Samurai X1, he had a good point that the Dragon, what do they call it? Dragunity are getting their Link monster next, and they're all wind, so maybe that's why they did this, but I don't think it'll matter that much. Dragunity are a powerful enough deck. I think this will help them, and I think the Link monster will help them, but yeah, I don't know, be fun. Another competitive deck. Competitive enough deck. It'll probably still be Rogue, but still. White Dragon, same opinion as Black Dragon. I think that one of each of those would probably still be played in Thunder Dragons, and it's fine. Daigusto Emerald, at 1, I don't know, I kind of have PTSD about this card. It was just using loops and dumb shit. I don't like shuffling shit back into your deck. It's kind of annoying. 1 Emerald means you can't recycle Emeralds, which is, I guess, a positive, but still a pain in the ass. I think we'll see how this goes. People are saying, oh, there's not many rank 4 decks, but I don't think that matters. Any deck that has level 4s will probably try to abuse this card or see what they can do with it. And yeah, we'll guess time will tell. Moving on, I suppose. Next card, Salamangreat Circle. Yes, another hit Salamangreats. They're less consistent. I think they're still fine. As I said, they can recycle Gazelle and Circle still. They still have Staleo for Gazelle. They still have Silent Mining, and I think they'll still be a good deck. They'll probably play more Buffalo, more Crusadia level 3 or Wielders or backup secretary or whatever she's called. Can't remember what kind of secretary she is. Next card, Sky Striker Mecha Modules multi-roll. This being at 1, I think it's been a long time coming. I think it's a good hit, but the main hit, I think, to Sky Strikers is later. I was always of the opinion that Sky Strikers are not that good, except basically Mystic Mine came out. I think Mystic Mine and Metaverse was what kept them afloat. I feel like without Mystic Mine going first, because that was just dumb, they would have been like, I don't know, I feel like it basically allowed them to play much better, and I think this hit is good. I think it should have happened anyway, but yeah, anyway, Mystic Mine was the main thing, I think. Terraforming to 1, I think this is a fine card. If this was at 3, I wouldn't really care, but I guess Terraforming is kind of like Reinforcement of the Army. It's just really free and really good. Every deck, a lot of decks have a good field spell, pretty much, so yeah. Light Stage, this is more of a Orcust hit. I feel like this is Orcust's fault, because obviously it's a 1-card combo for Mermaid, and then also allows them to target a set card if they have to go second. It's really good. In Orcust, it's a hit to Trickstars, but at least Trickstars can play 3 Candina, whereas Orcust won't play 3 Candina, so I think, like, yes, it's a hit to Trickstars, kind of sad. I like, again, like I said, more competitive, more decks that people can play, the better, but I think maybe Trickstar will survive this, you know what I mean? Yeah, disappointing, but not the worst, I guess. Metaverse, to 1. I played this Infernoids, obviously, so it's kind of annoying. I know that this was hit because of Mystic Mine. I hate Mystic Mine. Well, I thought about it more, and I feel like Metaverse was being abused. I don't know, I feel like they don't want it to be trap tricked. They don't want... They could have just banned Metaverse, to be honest. But the more I thought about it, I think that Metaverse is kind of... They're trying to make going second stronger, and Metaverse is supposed to be a going second card. Let's not, you know, let's not fuck around. Metaverse... Mystic Mine is a going second card. It's supposed to be. But Metaverse allowed you to obviously abuse it as a going first card. And I suppose I stand behind them making going second stronger. But Metaverse is not the way to do it. So I mean Mystic Mine. So yeah, I like this card. If Mystic Mine wasn't in the game, this card is fun and different and kind of interesting. And then Mystic Mine is just a fucking shit and cuntish way to make going second go better, pretty much. This could be at 3, Chaos Emperor Dragon. It doesn't need to be on the list at all. Danger Nessie, Jackalope, and Tsuchinoko hit. Tsuchinoko is probably the fairest one. I feel like if they kept these at 2 each because Megatins, they're going to be Megatins, I'd say. Like they should be. I think this is fine. I kind of like Dangers and stuff, but Nessie's the one if they had to ban or limit one of these, I would say Nessie, and then the least dangerous one is Tsuchinoko, because... yeah, it's a guarantee, but this is pretty much a guarantee and a possible draw. This is a guarantee as well, but anyone you want. So Tsuchinoko is probably the least dangerous one, we'll say. He's really earned the question mark. That's all I have to say anyway. Next card, Ether. Could come to 3. I feel like I'm glad Monarchs have got a bit of power back. They kind of need Pantheism, I think. Obviously, consistency is their real problem. Pantheism and Ether could come to 3, and I think Monarchs will be fine. Stratos, I guess he's not hard once per turn, but at the same time, like, they already have E-Call, they already have, like, you know, Standby Phase, Dark, whatever the fuck her name is, Shadow Mist, they already have Rota, You know what I mean? They already have one Stratos. I don't think a second one will really matter. But I don't know. Next card, Insector Dragonfly, another deck that I like, and I'm glad that it's getting more powerful again. Dragonfly is really good. They needed more than one. I don't know if it's abusable. I'm pretty sure it's like a once per turn, but not a hard once per turn or something like that. I think it's been a while since I read it. Only time will tell if Insector Dragonfly gets abused, but I think, from what I can remember, he's a once per turn, but not a hard once per turn. I don't know. More good decks, the better. Who cares? Damage Juggler. I love this card. This could probably come back to 3, in my opinion. Shaddoll Clowns were my favorite build of Shaddolls, so I'm happy to see this back. Next card, Shuret. Shuret at 2 and Shuret at 3 is pretty much the exact same. I don't really see the point in it being at 2. It doesn't really help Necros all that much, but I guess it could, in a way, I suppose. Royal Tribute. It's kind of a dumb card. It takes away all monsters out of your hand if you have Necro Valley on the field, and I think you need a what are they called? Gravekeeper monster as well, but I'm not 100% on that. I think this is fine. It'll only really be abused in Gravekeepers, and I like Gravekeepers. They got some new stuff, and the more decks, the better, I suppose. If this makes them a weird rogue deck, good. Okay, fine. The only thing is, if it doesn't say it needs a Gravekeeper monster on the field, then Commandant, Necro Valley, and this can be sided in any control deck, and certain formats, this will happen. So, yeah, give this a read, I guess, and if it says needs a Gravekeeper monster on the field, then it's fine. If not, then it's bad. Okay, last few cards, the things that came off the list. It was a good few stuff, but yeah, one day I might do a video on stuff that I think should just be off the list to make as many decks as possible competitive without breaking the game and without making 1 or 2 decks broken. Anyway, Scout came 3, great stuff. Qliphorts can maybe now do a bit better, they're more consistent. I feel like Genius and this and Sacrifice and, you know, disking into Genius and then Pendulum summoning into Genius, and you get the 2 normal summons with the field spell. Maybe Qliphort could be a cool tempo deck if you get the right floodgates and stuff. But Master of 4 is a big nerf to them, and yeah, I feel like they're super fair now, and Scout doesn't deserve to be on the list. Luster Pendulum, pretty good. Ignister is still at 1, right? Yeah, Ignister's at 1, so this is fine. Ignister's a good card. Draco Slayer, whatever. Luster Pendulum's a great card too. I don't know if every Pendulum player will play this, but I don't know. I don't know the deck as well as probably other people, so that's fine. I think it's a good buff though. If they want to play this, that's good. Trish to 3. I'm pretty sure Trish is not a hard once per turn, so this could probably be abused, but only in like weird decks. I don't think it'll be meta relevant having 3 Trish. So I think it's fine. Darkhold to 3. Yang Zing players rejoice. Gives you some ways to destroy your own stuff that isn't traps. Other than that, I think again this might be an attempt to make going second stronger. Who knows? I don't know. Monster Gate, an Infernoid buff after losing Metaverse. I have an idea in my head for making like a going second with, you know, we also got Super Poly, for example. This with, I don't know. I think it's an interesting card to bring back. I like it. I like it a lot. Rekindling to 3. Fire Fist are getting support, and yeah, this will be great in that, I'm pretty sure. With the Fire Spirit, and I think Leopard is also 200 defense and some other important cards. So Rekindling for them will be amazing. Rekindling and going second Infernoids will be great as well. Main phase 2, putting up 2 negates with 2 Dectrons, because Dectron is 200 defense. Strunk, and then Super Poly to 3, again, going second is stronger now. Another reason for me to try and play Mech Knight Invoked. And yeah, I don't know. I like this card at 3. It's kind of unfair, but also it does make going second stronger. But then again, the decks that main for going first can just side this, and is it really helping the game then at that point? I don't know. And then Solemn Judgment, I don't think people will play 3 of this anyway, so put it to 3. Do you mean? And yeah, that is that. That's the whole list. My complaints would be LP didn't get banned. What else? Skulldread didn't get hit to 1 or banned. And Levianeer is not hit either. I fucking hate those 3 cards. Annoying. Other than that, I think we're good. Oh yeah, Mystic Mine as well. They're probably the only problem cards in the whole format, if you even want to call it some of them problem cards. Metaverse, it'll be interesting to see what Mystic Mine and without Metaverse does. Maybe it'll be in pure going second decks. And yeah, that is that. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you liked. I'm sorry it was late, but there's nothing I could do. Yeah, subscribe if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I'm back on I'll be uploading consistently again. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.